Am I on stage? I'm on stage. Oh my God, guys, this is so exciting. I didn't have my beard properly trimmed. Okay, we are 1 minute early, so we'll wait 1 minute for everybody to join. And until then, maybe I can say hi and welcome to everybody. I'm really excited to have you all here. Let's see how many people are there. Lots of people. I have Roy with me in the room. He will be mitigating the event. So if you'll ask anything interesting in the comments, in the chat, he will be able to pop your questions up as we speak. And if we'll find them relevant, we'll answer them live. And if not, we will not answer them at all. But we will try to also pick up questions we didn't get during and get them at the end. This is a very exciting day. I think we can start. It's 5. It's for me. It's 5. So, hello everyone. Welcome in. Today we're talking about the future of production with AI, and honestly, there's no better guest for this than Francesco Marzoli. Let me invite. Here's Francesco. Ciao, Francesco.
Ciao, hi everyone. Hi, thanks Itay for inviting me, and thanks Roy as well. Thank you so much. Hi everyone.
Sure. Let me just introduce you briefly, and then I'll let you introduce yourself. But just to give some context, Francesco is Chief Creative Officer and Partner at Sileent. Sileent is a studio that's been doing some of the most interesting AI-driven creative work out there, building entirely new production pipelines and figuring out where human craft is key when machine can generate almost anything, right? He's spoken at places like Digital Design Days in Milano, and that's where we actually met. And that's it. Francesco, I'm so happy to have you here.
No, thanks. Yeah, that's it. All great. And I remember when we met, I saw you from far. I say, "Oh my God, that's Itai." Okay, let me go straight to him. And actually, it was also Ron together. And I say, "Guys, I need to show you something," And was really love at first sight. So no.
It was. I mean, you showed me something that was so impressive. I hardly seen, and also we share a common background, right? We
Yeah.
both come from post production. But I'll let you speak about it. I mean, so what's your background before Silent?
It's okay, thanks. So, long story short, 20 years ago, I was, a graphic designer and a photo retoucher. And one day, one guy came to me and say, "Oh, can you touch this? It's just a frame of a film. No worries about that." So I retouch it, working on a frame, and after I saw the thing like moving, and I was like, what the fuck black magic is this? This was just an image. How you guys were able to let this move and animate and so on. And so I felt in the rabbit hole of the VFX. And so I've been in London many years. I was working in MPC, with an amazing colleagues and teams. Was really, really lovely time there, working, for example, on a lot on the Lion King movie, the live action in 2019, plus some other feature films. After that, I moved on the client side. So I joined one of the biggest luxury group in the world. So that gave me the opportunity to work on amazing global campaign and so on. So, and, after that, there is Sileent. So basically agency side, client side, our own agency side. So yes, this is pretty much the...
So before we dive into Silent, which is I think interesting, both because it's AI oriented. Am I right to say that?
Yes,
And
fully.
also with, I mean, from my point of view, very high production value results. Maybe we can start. Francesco, do you have a show reel you can share with everyone, just so we can
Yes,
on
yes.
standards? Yes. All right.
I mean, it's a little bit of a mix and match. It's how we say tutti frutti. So I try to take everything and squeeze it together. So let me share the screen, or actually to say it in Italian, because I saw that there are a lot of Italians connected. Like it's a fritto misto. So it's a lot of things together. Okay,
Fritto
I
misto.
will.
Yes.
Yeah, I will just play.
Ahora sí, los dueños del swing, pa' que sepa, brother. Ay. A mí me gusta ver con la sabrosura con que esa morena mueve la cintura. Y a mí me gusta ver su delicadeza, una mano en la cintura y otra en la cabeza. A mí me gusta ver su delicadeza, una mano en la cintura y otra en la cabeza. Cuando llega al baile llama la atención y en el escenario ella se roba el show. Baila con su estilo como un figurín. Por eso es que yo digo que esa negra tiene swing. Y tiene swing, y baila swing, y goza swing, qué lindo swing. Y tiene swing, y baila swing, y goza swing, con mucho swing, swing, swing. Moviendo la cadera, ahora mujeres, moviendo la cadera, moviendo la cadera, moviendo la cadera. A la derecha, a la izquierda, a la derecha, a la izquierda, a la derecha, a la izquierda, a la derecha. Moviendo la cadera, ahora, moviendo la cadera, los hombres, moviendo la cadera, a la derecha, a la izquierda, a la derecha, a la izquierda, a la derecha, a la izquierda. Swing, swing, swing.
You guys know what time it is? What? Showtime, motherfuckers. Damn.
It's showtime, motherfuckers.
The most hardcore music choice for a show reel I've ever
Exactly. So holidays is coming, you know. I want something that I want to feel the beach. I want to see the dance, you know.
seen. Okay, so what I've seen on the screen now, like a mix of AI stuff. I've seen classical post-production stuff, like really. So tell me a little bit about Sileent. I mean, how did it came to be, and why did you choose to open an AI-focused studio?
So basically, Sileent, it's born inside Hotdot. Hotdot, it's an holding founded by Fabio and Michele. They are two Italian investors and entrepreneurs. So basically, they invest into AI companies, and Sileent, it's one of them. I know Fabio since many years, and you know, last year pretty much we were chatting, and what you are doing, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Oh, AI, you as well. Oh, wait, Francesco. Okay, let's just meet. You know, and after a couple of weeks, Sileent was born, and we decided to share everything together. What we had, you know, on the client side, on the network side, on the talent side. And we said it's better to build something from scratch, like AI completely native studio, rather than take something and steer the wheel. Because, you know, because of that, you are forced to build something from scratch, and you actually build a new path or new way of doing things with new mentality. So that's how really Sileent born. And, you know, we are so lucky already to work with big clients like Lamborghini, Luxottica in Italy, Alpine. Also, we are in contact with big names in Hollywood. I cannot say anything, but also, yeah.
Can I guess? Okay,
no.
It's Christopher Nolan. Okay,
Exactly him.
I had a hunch.
Anti-AI. So and now we are opening to investors because we want to really scale global. We want to produce our own TV show, feature films, and so also if someone in the audience as well, it's interesting. I just throw a hint and let's see. But that's how really Sileent was born 1 year ago. The three of us, me, Fabio, and Michele, we just sit on the table. Let's say, okay, let's build a new company from scratch that it's able to really kick the ass in terms of quality, in terms of cinematic perspection, all those kind of things that are far from the AI slop.
I feel everybody's afraid of the AI slop now, right? But okay, that's maybe we'll touch that later. First, let's frame what's going to happen in this conversation for our viewers and listeners.
Me too.
Yes, and for you and for me also. So framing, a little bit of framing. First of all, guys, anyone listen, you can ask questions in the chat, and Roy here will pop them to me and Francesco if he finds them relevant. That's one. Second, Francesco will take us through some of his way of working in a node-based in Weavy, in Weave, Figma Weave, on his professional endeavors, right? So Francesco, because he's coming from a real post-production professional background, I think that I've seen some of his works, the way he's working in Weavy to produce, production-ready assets. And seeing how he works, I thought that it would be interesting for him to show everyone what he's building, because I think that what he brings is the professional need for control and professional standards, and finding the ways using AI and node-based to generate these without succumbing to slop.
Yes.
So we're gonna do that, and also at the end, I'm gonna share something almost irrelevant, but we are launching an amazing new feature today, which is I'm just gonna name it. It's the Gen effect node, which is an amazing it's an amazing new node in Figma Weave that you can prompt your own effect, and we'll touch upon it at the end of this session.
Yep.
All right. So Francesco, a few more questions before we dive into your workflows.
Yeah,
okay?
just something to clarify, because I saw questions about it. So the show reel was a mix, as Itay said, of AI stuff and VFX 3D normal pipeline stuff. I just put it all together to have a show reel. So absolutely not. Lion King was not done in AI. It was done in 2019 in MPC, and with the traditional way. So to give also credits and respect to the amazing team that worked on it, as me and Itay knows how we've been on the other side, knowing the VFX, how it's important to credit your own team and your other colleagues, because as I always like to say, alone you can arrive first, but together you can go really far. So that was a part of showreel, and the other part, it's an amazing stuff also that we are doing in Sileent. So for example, a pin that we will see later, some other stuff, some other workflows, also together with other amazing teams as well, and amazing AI artists. So it was a mix of everything, so it was not fully AI.
Yes, clearly so. And I think that's a part of why it's interesting. This talk is interesting with you, is because you use AI as a part of your tool belt, right? And let's see how it works. I mean, maybe we should dive into your first example or interesting example. What do you say?
Yeah, sure. Let's go pretty live, guys. As you can see, nothing like this was staged, or it's just having a coffee together. So if you want to, I can share the screen and we can share something. Okay,
let's do it. Yeah.
I think here it is.
All right. Oh, maybe
Yeah.
we can start by the video, the finished video, or do you want to start here?
Of course, of course, of
I think we
course.
should start with the finished video. Yeah.
Yes, yes. Let me take it, because otherwise.
I think the video was lagging. I see in the comments.
Yes.
Let's see if we can do anything about it.
We had the same problem at the digital design days. You remember, it was something that it didn't work.
Always.
Okay, so now we should also have the audio.
Today we celebrate the first anniversary of the optimization program. Human drivers are an evolutionary mistake, and emotion on the road should be vetoed. Vehicles are vessels of the state. Deviations will be stopped. Resistance is chaos. Order is peace.
Checkmate. In 2026, Alpine will remind the world that soul matters more than software.
Okay, wild. So this is what's interesting about this. This was done in together with
The Mill.
the Mill Studio, right? Which
Yes.
is
one of the most iconic studio out there for VFX. So the production house is Wanda. It's like a French company. So they hired the Mill for the part of the visual effects. So building the world building, design of the robots, something that they go on the traditional side. And after, they called us to have like director's cuts, more shots, like different things where they can really play and have fun with AI to experiment, to build this new language, and it turned out, super amazing, because also the director was involved, the agency was involved. We had a lot of fun doing this all together.
So what we've seen is a combination of like classic design and
Yeah.
3D artists, right? And
Yeah.
shooting. There are real live shooting of it. Okay, so take us through
Exactly.
it. How does like this hybrid production looks like? This is super interesting.
Okay, no, it's funny because everything is still new, so there is no a good way or a bad way to do things. So it's just try and error, or as we say, fake it until you make it. So
Let's see the make it part. It looks like a make. Yeah,
exactly. So, for example, this is it was like a shot that we had to replace the background here, the actor, and of course the lighting. It's very different. So, like a compositor knows that this shot like this, it could take a lot of time to compose this and to create the animation of the robot and so on and so on. So here we have some assets that was shared with us from the VFX house and the production company. And here you can say we already have some stills that later you will see some generations, like for example this one, it's a still frame from the video, or also this party here, it's we took it to generate the new background. So, and actually the crop node was great for that. So once you have like the footage, you go and you extract like a single frames. Okay, I want to start from the first frame from this, from the first frame of this one, and here we have like our own graph, like a robot replace, and here you can see all the different attempts, because what we saw that you might have different results with different prompt, and so it's really cool when you can put all together. You go in one big batch and you check what is working, what is not working, if you have to fix something. So here you can see all the different like prompt. And of course, I mean, this is in Italian because sometimes I go really, really lazy and I write it even in Italian. But Gemini, was quite good, and I think this was still the old version. And so, as you can see, first we try to recreate the background, and after, with different generation, this is we saw that works better. So instead of doing everything in one go, you go like first the background, after you add the background on the footage, and after you replace the robot a little bit by little. But at the end, you can here, as you can see, the 39 retry. You can find really.
There was a question from the crowd about how do you? I mean, we're still lacking EXRs and ProRes, the really...
Don't ask this. Don't.
No, it was asked, and it's a tough question. It's okay, we can handle tough questions.
No, I mean, it's a wild west, guys. I mean,
yes,
really, it's. I mean, you, Pushila, no, that's. Thanks for the question. It's actually a very great question, and you need to work pretty much on a pre-graded footage, and everyone needs to be aware that you can do just slightly adjustment after in post, and as soon as you touch something, everything is gonna break. So once everyone is on board on that, you are all everyone on the same page, and you can work on it. But if you take, for example, just a raw footage and you work on that, I think after when you want to apply, for example, a LUT or a grading, it's gonna break. You will see the banding and everything. Even now, there are some solution and some training, some LoRa's that is turning 8-bit to 16-bit, give you a little bit more of control. We are getting there. We are not there yet. I'm really confident that this is the way to go. We will get there like soon. But for actually we did this, it was like 6 or 8 months ago, so there was no way to work on EXR and ProRes.
Yeah, I agree totally. It's a wild west. We're still, I mean, we can see it progressing right as we speak. Generating in 4K now is reasonable and almost common.
Yes.
And we're going to see higher bit rates. We're going to see ProRes pretty soon, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. And once you have your frame done, you can move on the video generation part. So we use it, as you can see here, different models. So for example, it was a video to video. So it was like the first and the last frame. So motion control, it was a little bit of everything, because in this case, you need to experiment and see what tools works best, and back in the days, I think there was no 4K, no Sileent 2.0, Kling was the best of what we got. Like edit video 01, yeah, it was 01, for example, yeah. here. And this was quite interesting as well. So my background is I'm coming from like a digital matte painter. So when they told me that, okay, I want this very cool establishing shot, with this like a massive gate and a Blade Runner style, like I want to feel the concrete. I want to feel like the city that's really massive. So I was like, oh yes, very, very, very beautiful. So I start to to pack some layout, and also here in Weavy there was like a painter that helped me really to briefly sketch what some skyscraper blocks some figures, and use it as an input, for example, for Nano Banana. And here you can see some of those results. And after iteration by iteration, you go and check with the production, with the directors, with the editors, and so on, until you find the frame that you really like. And of course, the prompt are changing quite a lot. Maybe
we have. Do you want to take questions during or at the end? Because we have another tough question.
No. Let's go during. Yes.
So it's a tough question, right? So many of the workflows are based on trial and error of different models, different prompts, and burn so many credits. Yeah. I mean, do you have any tips for efficiency? This is interesting.
Yes. No. It's really cool. I'm not gonna lie, guys. In the beginning was like that. So now that the models are getting better and better, you can really reduce the amount of credit that you use. And also you need to be really transparent with also the company as well, that you're gonna use credits and burn, that they know, so this is another things that, okay, you want to have a 100 take of this, no worries at all, those are the tokens. So also you need to be really transparent on that. But the models are getting better and better. As you can see here, that this is the old Kling, the old Nano Banana, and and also this is another thing that it's coming. It's you learn how to write a prompt, and together you start on the things, and after you say, no, I want this, maybe if I write in this way, if I use JSON. So you need to really learn how to structure your prompt. So this is a little bit of in the beginning there was a lot of try and error, and after those gap, it's closing and closing and closing. So yeah.
And to answer that question from my perspective, I mean, the more of utilizing of the workflow, I think is, for me at least, really helps to nail down specific aspects of my generation that I know that works. So for instance, I always sketch for my composition. Always. I don't want the AI to decide on the composition for me. Mostly, sometimes we ideate, we want to everything to go loose, but to be loose. But when we go to production, we usually sketch for composition, very generally, and then you have your composition right. Just sketching it in the compositor using shapes or with the painter, really rough sketch for the composition, and then references for materials, references for characters, references for style, as many references as you need. Models can post them exactly. So as much more control you have at the beginning, the more you know where you're going, the less of iterations you're going to have.
Absolutely.
That's
absolutely.
Yeah. All right.
So we in for example, in Sileent, we work with a lot with storyboards and sketched by hand, so you can share in the beginning, and now you can give the storyboard and put it in workflows, and tools are starting to follow what you sketch, or even to do some small previews in 3D, and you use it for the camera movement, for some animation. So this is very important to use tools like Weavy, and so I think it's for us was they don't pay me. They didn't pay me. So I'm gonna say this. It sounds like an advertising, but they didn't pay me. So I think in our moment when we found Sileent, so it was like a moment where we said, okay, we can go there, we can do it, and was when Weavy was born. We were one of really the first user to saw it, and I remember I called Fabio and called Michele, guys, you need to see this. It's mind blowing. So working with workflows instead of jumping from one tool to another, from one panel to another, was impossible. And here I found everything that's pretty much I needed for those kind of more control that you can have.
We're going to touch later on the, thank you, man. But we're going to touch later on the GenEffects node, the new GenEffects node. We talked about it, right? I can't hold myself anymore. But let's deep dive a little bit more into your example here, because I think you're doing some very interesting work.
Maybe we can share
can you take us
other.
through a specific example, what you were trying to achieve and how you got there?
Okay, so like this, I was trying to build like a sort of a multi-pass, like a beauty pass where everything it's together. But the thing it was like I try to push as much as I can the AI, and trying to generate, for example, different passes like albedo, specular, z depth, ambient occlusion, volumetric, all these kind of things.
Okay, Francesco, just maybe for those who don't know the post-production scene, this is a pretty common practice in post-production, and I love the fact that Francesco brought this in the AI territory to get, the classical control that he needs. So in post-production, we either usually in 3D, right? You generate your own passes of your 3D scene or your 3D shot, and then when compositing all these passes together, you get granular control over your output. You get the level of details that you need, and I really enjoy the fact that Francesco was insisting on his control and generated his own way of working, and not just prompted for the machine and got some result, right? All right, so
exactly.
Please, man.
So as you can see here, I was trying to go from this, that it's really the classic nano banana GPT look, very you can immediately spot it that something is off, and try to go in a more cinematic world. And from this to that, there is no regeneration. This is like a full control, and this is what I love, like working this way, because once you have, for example, the initial image like this, like GPT easily, you start to generate this, and from this image you start to generate different passes that helps you, as Itay was saying, to control a little bit more the image. So for example, like the speculars and or the Z depth, some ambient occlusion. Of course, those are not real because they are not coming from the 3D world, are generated by AI, but at least it's something that I can have to work on it, and rather to spend like hundreds prompt and say more cinematic, can I have this, so a little bit more light on that, I say, okay, I'm gonna do by myself, and this the cool things, for example, in Weavy is that I put everything in one array, and from one array I have all the list, so I can do this, go in passes, and below run selected. And this is just 72 token credits. I mean, it's nothing. So, and from that, for example, here, let me bring the original on top so we can see live the difference. Here, so I can control how much speculars, for example, I want on the T-Rex. So here,
Nice.
and you can see immediately. Or for example, like let's go in the volumetric part. I think it's the most wow effect that we can get. So here, and here you can play, how much the background needs to be, tilted. And the cool thing is that, for example, I know that I want this detail here, the shape of the dinosaur, something that I really learned in cinema. It's something that you need to see stuff like here, like in thumbnails, where you can clearly see the shape of the object and something. Like in the beginning, the T-Rex was really like too much into the background. So I said, okay, let's push it. And here you can see more of the, of the body and clear the silhouette. After, we got like this effect. It's the Fresnel. Use it in a completely improper way, but it helped us to to get a little bit of rim light, around him.
Beautiful.
See? And this is, you are not generating new stuff. It's full control on that. It's just sliders, and this is really the beauty. And here I built like a sort of noise generator, but now with the Gen effects node. When I saw it, I was like, yes, thank God I can do my own noise.
Francesco just saw the latest launch half an hour ago before you guys. So we're going to touch upon it, but
yes,
you're going to show it first in the world, man. Okay, let's see it.
And in the end, a sort of color correction passes. For example, when if I want to work on a specific channel, for example, here I can move the R or the RGB, and I'm going to apply a sort of red tint on the highlights. And you can see here, how this affects, and it's not affecting the whole scene. It's just, I want a little bit more red into the highlights. And in the end, with the color correction node, touch up some things, some gradings, and so on. And in the end, you have an image that, it's more cinematic coming from this. And
this is wild, man. This is wild. I mean, I just love the fact that you are building your the passes that that would help you mold the image to your liking. It's beautiful. It can be done with video also. It might be too expensive, but it maybe in a more concise way it can be done with video also. There were two questions already. One was before. It was about are you used to building workflows, saving them and reusing them, or
yes?
This is Shaila. Yeah, how are you?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thanks, Shaila, for the question. So it's since we are at the moment 7 artists in Sileent working like full time. So basically, each of us they build their own workflows and so on. And when we see something that it's really working, when we crack something, say, okay, guys, this is going to be the new template. We're going to use this. Let's go in this way. So everyone is on board, but everyone also have a freedom to experiment and to create new stuff.
I must add that with the new Gen Effect node, internally, we're just testing it for the, going wild with it and we're saving it to our team, and everybody are using each other's nodes. It's a wild experience for me. Okay, sorry for pushing this so hard. I'm just so excited.
It's okay. And I just saw also some question going by, how you check the quality and so on. So of course, I have a node to export, and so I can check it, try and do all my things. Also because I cannot, Itay, that's for you. I cannot put the compare in full screen.
Oh
So
yeah, this is terrible. It's on my list. On my list. But it's not. It's also not the last export node. Can you bring a new export node? I think the new export node has multiple. It
it could
should have multiple.
input.
No, no,
Maybe yes.
forget
I don't
about it. No,
remember. No, yes. And
multiple. Okay.
when we are happy, also what we do is to go in 4K and regenerate the whole image. Also because in terms of quality, all those operation can bring some stuff that you don't want it. And once you done everything, you can also regenerate the image, and everything will be like blended together.
This is beautiful, and it's also my instinct generally. I mean, it's not possible always, but when you can work low res as much as you can, and then either upscale or regenerate for a higher resolution, that's my instinct. Also, it's not possible always, but when it's possible, I would choose that path. And there was a question about degradation, because we do see degradation with multiple edits, and the way around it, it's a good question, right? I'm not sure. I'm not sure I have a good answer. First, a minimize your edits, and second, I always love to choose to pop the image or video in a compositor, select the area which I want to edit it, and then composite back on. That's
Yes.
I mean, try not to regenerate what you don't need to regenerate. That's my instinct.
Absolutely, Itay. This is also for Alpine. We did the same exactly workflow, because when you have the real actor, the real footage of her, you can of course regenerate her, but you want to keep the real quality of the lady. So there you go, you clean like a little bit in the compositing, something that you don't want. And that's it. You, even if you regenerate something, but there is a little bit of degradation, you just mask the part that you don't want, and you can keep going. It has to build like in layers. So in this way, you can control the whole thing.
Perfect. Francesco, do you have anything else you want to show us in terms of workflows, or
I have the gen effect, but I was trying, but you
show me what were you trying with gen effects. Let's go for it. So first exposure, gen effects. Let's see how it looks on your screen.
Yes, sorry guys. I mean, I was trying this like really during lunchtime. So, for example, I was thinking, okay, we have this, but I wanted to do like a little bit of color grading without affecting the skin tone. So with the gen effect, like we can try.
Take us through it, Francesco. We're doing a demo. Yeah. So this is the gen effect node. It's a new node. And when you pop it in your workflow, you get like describe the effect you want to you'd like to generate. So it's kind of a shader, right?
Exactly.
And you prompt for whatever you need. You can use image references at the bottom, I must add. You don't have to use them. Actually, I got my best results without references. But if you know where you're going, just use a reference. Yes. A skin tone mask.
Okay. I want something. I want a node that can isolate the skin tone. So generate, and like in the best cooking show, everything is already done, and we have it here. So I think it will take I don't know, a minute. It's really great. So, and here you can see, I think it was here. Yeah, a skin tone mask selector. This was the prompt to generate that node. And here I can see, I can choose the, the different color tone, the hue, the saturation, how much I want to keep the highlight, the brightness, and everything was generated in Weavy, was done by Weavy. This is mind-blowing,
Let me add, okay, so the LLM in the background, it builds the right controls for you. But the interesting part, I think, and Francesco, you'll find that out, when you'll dive in a bit more, you can prompt for your specific controls. I find that most amazing. So you can come up with weird controls that only you like for your specific effects, right? I don't know what, but maybe is there a blur here for the mask? I'm not sure.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
no
that's
there's
that.
merge software. Okay, so the LLM is smart, but if there's something it's missing, you can ask for specific controls, right? All right.
Exactly. And so, long story short, I generate the mask, and after use it like a merge alpha to apply only the part that I wanted to mask, on top of the blend node. And here you can see, this is before without, the gen effects and the mask, and this is after. I can take it back, some of the original skin tone to not go into a much of bluish, and this is, what we always trying to do also in Sileent, to try to control as much as possible those fine detail, because we are so keen on this. It's like the 5% plus the 5 plus the 10 plus the 5 at the end, it's gonna be a completely new image. So nothing, it has to be like for granted. No, the grain, no, the skin tone, nothing. So we want to be really, really, really precise on that. And speaking of the which, I generate also, for example, a static noise node that, for example, I want gen effect, like a noise node. I don't know. Let's try. I don't remember what I wrote here. It was noise. Okay, I love it.
Very short, very concise. Best effects in the world. Yeah.
Exactly. Nice. I love it, and I can control the amount, of course, and the sides, and of course also the color noise. I think if I unplug the image, I can see. Yes.
Just the
Okay.
noise? Oh yeah.
Exactly. Just the noise and how much is the grain. Like this, for example, I'm thinking that you can plug it into a blur, so you don't have the pixel. It's a little bit more blurred. I mean, on top you can build as many things as you want, but this looks really, really, really cool.
This is, I think, the first thing I tried, right? Prompting for film codecs presets.
Exactly. And also here, that's before and after. It's just with a couple of things you already changed the image.
Okay, Francesco, I think we can. Oh, sorry. Did you have
No. Go, please.
Okay, so we don't have a lot of time, and I really want our audience to have a chance to ask questions. So we have one question about copyright. How do you make sure that the work is actually copyrightable? What's your thinking around that?
Julia, are you working in tough questions? Are you a lawyer or something like that? Why are you asking this? No. So with clients, we, for example, when they asked, and this Weavy helped us a lot, because I don't remember where, but somewhere there is a page where you have all the models and what all the models does, use your data, not yes or not. Most of the time we give that to clients and they read it and they are happy about it. So we didn't have any major problem as soon as you don't use, for example, Midjourney, that is gonna read and eat all the things that you are putting in it. Most of the tools right now are okay on that. In terms of copyrightable, this is the really important part, where you have to have your own, for example, character sheet. You need to have your some sketches. We are doing like a big job for a big client, so where it needs to be like a mascot. And the mascot cannot be just generated with ChatGPT or wherever. So we hired an artist, an illustrator. So with some sketches, initial sketches, we shared with the clients. The clients say, "Okay, I like this," and once we are done, we put it in AI pipeline, and you can have multiple views. You can have the renderings, you can animate that, and so on and so on. So this is actually 100% copyrightable, And when, for example, we work with characters as well, you try to build your own your own things, and after you can say that it's yours.
Yeah. Francesco, you can stop sharing your screen, I think.
Oh,
And
sorry.
it's
Sorry,
a good,
guys.
it's a great question. Oh, there's a new one. How do you handle consistent text generation?
Text generation, I think it's with,
On
if I
screen?
understood correctly.
I'm not sure I understand also. Is it an on-screen text generation? Michael Jackson. That's a question by Michael Jackson, man.
I think it's, with the GPT image too. It's the best model right now that, yeah. Oh, one last thing I would like to share. We just launched our first episode of Unit 468. It's a mini sci-fi series, all generated, AI generated. Of course, we use Weavy a lot on this. So you can find in our YouTube channel Sileent video, or in my channel Francesco Marzoli. It's just 4 minutes. It's the first episode, but the quality, guys, it's really nuts. So you can see by yourself. It's a full cinematic pipeline quality. So
I gotta take a look, man. It looks amazing.
thanks.
All right. Roy, do we have other questions? Oh, what's your beard grooming secrets? It's for me, Francesco. Okay, something here was so. You see me constantly fiddling with it. This is my grooming secret. Thank you for the hint. I'll take it to the barber. How do you get those connections to be so organized, Ilan? Oh, your connections, Francesco. These are your connections.
But my connection in the nodes, in the node interface.
I think that's it.
It's a beautiful setting that you can do in Weavy. So you open the settings, and instead of ropes, I think it's called in another way. It's line, and it's crazy. It's beautiful. It changed your life. Like before, I was having all the lines across the screen. It was like a mess because I'm not very tidy on this. I just try to put some stuff and see how does it work. But with this, it's super cool.
We also have now. So you can select the. Wait, let me see how it looks. Wire style under your preferences. So the line is really neat. And you can also select everything now on your canvas, right click and align everything. I think. Is it open for everybody? Mm-hmm. I think so, yeah. So you can align all your nodes in one go, which is very useful. Any other questions, guys?
I think I have a question from Liz on the screen. Mm-hmm. This is a beautiful question because we also inside Sileent, we use both of approach. So it's like why you don't use Fable or GPT to write your own prompt. We noticed that, of course, we use it. To optimize something, but it's like drawing or create something. If you start by hand, you need to deep dive and try to explain as much as possible what is the camera movement, what you want to achieve, where is the lighting, what lens are you using. You don't have to be like I cannot say like you need to push yourself to write it manually, and after you can pass it to GPT or Fable to fine-tuning something. But if you let the machine do the work, you just became copy and paste, and sometimes you don't even read what it's written, and you go and you generate and it looks like shit, and after you read it and say, what the fuck, this guy brought it, and they say no. So that's why I always start like by hand, and after maybe some fine tunings, especially for English or some specific movement, I use GPT or Fable. But also other tokens, cost, and so on and so on and so on. So yeah.
Great question. I think, I mean, that was my question. Next question to you: what is the talent that, I mean, or what is the skill that you will not never give up on doing yourself? But I think you kind of answered it. I mean, the first steps of the procedure
Yeah.
are crucial to be personally involved in, right? I feel the same.
Yeah. The fun part. I mean, this is,
Yeah.
I mean, I want to have fun. At the end of the day, I mean, I'm just a kid playing with crayons, with, and really, it's like I just want to have fun. And for me, like the decision, the directing, the lighting, the editing part, the choose what shot is the best, that part needs to be human because it's where really you express yourself.
I feel the same because otherwise, why do we do it? We don't want, I mean, the thing to do it by itself. The entire pleasurable part of it, or the entire interesting,
Yeah.
self, exploring part of it is the part of the creation, molding the result. We don't want to let everything go for the automation, right?
Yes, and
Otherwise, why do it?
no, I'm gonna say also another secret. Also, the clients want to do this. If you work with the agencies and clients, they want to have a little bit of control, or let's say fake control. So you need to be able to show them that they can change something, and this is part needs to be human because you are on call. You need to talk with people, and those kind of things still needs to be human. If you take something, you deliver it, and after you can say, oh, you cannot modify, you cannot touch it, and this is completely AI generated. At the end of the day, will lose the soul. But if it's AI generated, but with the human talent on top, we are working with the directors, with cinematographer, people that understood that there is a train coming. As soon they catch it, as soon they're gonna have the job for the next 20 years. So, okay, I'm a cinematographer. I go on set. I use lenses. I have 20 years of experience. I exactly know how I want to shot. That's great. Let's work together. Let's see. Okay, shall we do this a little bit more? Okay, let's try this. Let's prompt that. What about it's another way of working, but your 20 years of experience is the best prompt that you can have it.
We have 4 more minutes to this talk. I could continue this forever, man, as we did in Milan. But
Yes.
for now, we have limited time. I would love to show again the example of the Gen Effects node. One more, just mine, and then we'll have time for some extra questions. So let me just share my screen for a sec. Oh, I hope I can. Okay, this one. Do you see my screen? Yes. Let me just go for it. So this is my experimentations with the Gen Effects node. I started with this flying goat thing video, and then I popped it into lots of tests, right? So the idea again is, as Francesco showed, we're typing in Gen Effect. We can describe whatever effect we wanna generate, and then it will be generated. We can save it. It will be saved under our effect list. Okay, so this becomes something that we can obviously use and reuse, and you get all sorts of interesting results, whatever you can think of. You can prompt for on-screen control, which I love. The size of the blur, how it works. It doesn't stop to surprise me. The amount of control you can get with this. Initially I didn't expect it to be able to trim down the video, but it does. It's amazing. So it can do surprising things. Try it out for yourself. All right, that was me pushing my latest.
That's beautiful. Wow, that's really beautiful.
Okay, last question, I think. Can you speak more about how you integrate filmed footage? It's a great question that we skipped. Can you tell about? Yeah.
I mean, very quickly, it's so integrate film footage. We have different pipelines for that. What we saw in Alpine was like to take the original footage, and to work on frames and regenerate the video based like from the first frame with the original footage. And after maybe in compositing, you crack some things and you tweak it a little bit. This is I hope that Kelly, I replied very quickly to your answer. Otherwise, we are trying as well, for example, the new Gemini, the Google O1, Omni, I don't remember, the Omni one, for example, like with the filmed footage. But at the end of the day, there is always some human that, tweak a little bit and makes everything perfect.
I see Steve Kislov is saying, bring him back again for a start to finish session. I think we will, maybe on Discord, on our office hours, because really, Francesco has such a deep understanding of the territory and is so innovative when working with AI. I really enjoyed having you, man. It's been a pleasure.
Well, it's lovely. Thank you.
We should do it again, right?
Yes. Okay. Absolutely. It was a real pleasure, Itay and Roy. Thanks for having me, for having Sileent to show a little bit of our behind the scenes. It's really lovely to be part of this Weavy community. I mean, what you guys are building, it's incredible. In just 1 year, 2 years, I don't even remember. It's mind blowing. So thanks again.
How come our logos look so the same? It's crazy, right? We are just same person born in different countries, I guess.
Okay, exactly.
Again, everybody, thank you for being with us. We'll catch Francesco to another talk, probably in the office hours. That's it for today. Thanks, guys.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye. And we're